Hi guys, and welcome to a new video for Infinite Kingdom. This is Pyakia from server 49, and welcome again. I'm going to talk about Gnomes Hunt, and this event is held and started today in server 49. As you see, it's Saturday now, and this is the first day of Gnomes Hunt, and it's going on a rampage because I am competing myself and also Kincaid and another member of the red side in our server. As you see, we are having huge numbers in the first days. I'm going to talk about the techniques I used to minimize the losses. As you see here, I don't have much of losses, even though my training ground wasn't full, and I kept only losing a little bit since I had about 60,000 in the hospital, and it went to I guess 30,000 more, only 30,000 in the hospital troops, and I kept farming gnomes with the less losses and death and seriously wounded, since the seriously wounded is going to the hospital and the lightly wounded will be ready to fight again and will not be counted as wounded troops. As you see here, my losses and death is so low, under 100 100 losses, even though as you see here my marsh, I'm using Hippolyta, William, Cyrus, and as you see, Cyrus was level 1 when I started hunting the gnomes, but he was max stars to use the skills slots. Also I'm using Cleopatra. I'm using this marsh only to farm EXP. I need the experience for my immortals. I keep reborning my immortals, as I'm going to show you. I keep reborn my immortals in the Alchemy Lab. Here, as you see the counter, I keep putting immortals XP into immortals I farm. As you see, I have Ilcid and Richard and Peter. Both, all of them are lightning immortals, but I'm only using Peter and Ilcid. Richard's level 50 is XP going to be reborn, and I'm going to make a use of the EXP rolls. For immortals, I can't use for the frontline immortals or backline immortals. As an example, I can't farm EXP with Zenobia, or I can't farm XP with Ken Ember, but I can use Ken Ember, but I can't use Zenobia to farm XP. Also, Elizabeth was hard to farm XP on, since her elemental skill weren't useful against gnomes, because I'm trying to finish the gnomes rebirth or the fight under 16 or 80 seconds. 18 seconds, so this is important. Use immortals that can use their elemental skill so quickly. As you see here, Cleopatra even didn't use her elemental skill. She dealt damage with annihilation and death breath and normal attacks, because she has a low energy regen. But I'm trying to do my best using mortals to farm XP on. Empress Wu would be perfect, but my Empress Wu is level 50, and I can't reborn Empress Wu because she is because the Alchemy Lab in the cooldown right now. I used to farm XP on Empress Wu instead of Cleopatra. Why do I prefer farming XP on my Fire Marsh? Because the Fire Dragon deals massive damage using his skill, dealing 804 true damage and a continuous damage of 323 damage every 6 seconds for 12 seconds. That counts to twice. And of course, the Dragon Talent would be increasing the damage further by choosing lots of his skill. I would prefer the first one or the second one, but first one to make the dragon more powerful. Also, you can farm XP on Water Marsh, Earth Marsh, or any marsh you can. I think Kincaid uses a Lightning Marsh using a Fire Drake, because Fire Dragon is so powerful using his first elemental skill. This is for the dragons. You can use any dragon, but we are trying to minimize the losses for high-end games, because we have maxed Fire Dragon, me and Kincaid for himself. Also, I'm using Earth Marsh as my main. My Earth Marsh Dragon is maxed, but I'm using Fire Marsh to farm gnomes. For the Fire Marsh, I have my Earth Marsh maxed, and I don't want to reborn any of those immortals. I want to keep them as strong as possible to fight them in arena or PvP. So it will be a waste reborning an immortal from your main march to keep farming EXP rolls, since you can farm EXP and keep reborning the immortals to get EXP rolls to farm or to level up any upcoming immortals in the future if you want, or a recent immortal that you can't farm EXP on him. For example, Arash here, if I wanna level him up, it would be a waste farming EXP on him, since his elemental skill is not that good against gnomes, and it will make the fight extended its duration and make me lose lots of troops. So I can farm EXP on Embrasu and this march, and rerolling Embrasu or reborning Embrasu, and putting the EXP into Arash, for example, and raise him to level 50, and keep farming again EXP on Embrasu till she gets 50 again, and keep doing that and reborning immortals and raising other immortals that can't farm gnomes. For example, I didn't farm gnomes using Charlie's, neither Elizabeth nor Zenobia. Those all immortals, I kept raising them for EXP rolls using the Fire Marsh. And for my setup here, I'm going to show you my setup, since I talked about it, but you can check it again. I'm using Walking Guard and Misleading and After Image. Those three skills are just for defending basic attacks, because the basic attacks that coming from Gnome in early fight will make me lose some of the troops, but I'm going to minimize the losses to be less than 50 troops per fight, and I keep getting 5 losses, 8 losses, 10 losses, maximum of 35 losses per match. And for Rage Blessing and War Blessing, I'm increasing the damage from my troops in the first 12 seconds. For Rage Blessing, Energy Regen for the first 12 seconds. Sacrifice also will make me having less damage on Cyrus, since Cyrus even doesn't have any damage, and increasing the damage for the rest of the troops, sorry, the 2 random allied troops, and having a little chance to increase the energy, initiate energy by 100. Cleopatra, as I said, it would be better using Embrasu, but since I don't have Embrasu leveled less than 50, I have her max level, I can't farm EXP on her. But you can have the Gnome Hunt using Immortals with level 50, but it would be better maximizing the effort you are gaining, not only gaining points from the event, but also gaining EXP and items as well. So I'm using Immortal under level 50, putting Death Breath and Annihilation, since she has a low energy regen, even though with the energy regen coming from Rage and the Sacrifice, or the chance from getting energy from Sacrifice, she didn't use her elemental skill in most of the fights. Having William on physical attack bonus artifact could make him deal damage using Cleave and Anger, and Hippolyta's physical attack damage using her elemental skill to counter the energy coming from the gnomes. Dealing her elemental skill will decrease the attack speed, also the energy from the gnomes. As you see here, the boost item are important. You can use a boost item for 1 hour or 4 hours or 8 hours as you desire. It depends on how long can you go. I have lots of EB, so I can keep fighting gnomes forever. So as you see here, the max true blow this is 35. I keep getting less than sorry, it's 44 now. This is because of course the mage didn't deal lots of damage, and this is because I think didn't trigger Annihilation. Yeah, she didn't trigger Annihilation. That's why we had a long fight and we didn't deal damage using Cleopatra, because Annihilation is a chance of 45% chance. But other than that, if Annihilation get triggered, I keep dealing massive damage up to 6 million, and this is massive. As you see here, the crit rate is 100% for Annihilation. Death risk is 75% because I'm having a crit rate artifact on Cleopatra and the Dragon, of course, and William also increases the crit rate for the Marsh if he used his elemental skill. And another thing to put in mind, you can use castle decorations to deal more damage to gnomes, equal to 3%, or having more HP, equal to 2% or 1% if you don't have this castle, or you have any of those castle. If you don't have any of those castle, you can put the EB recovery to recover more EB to hunt more gnomes. And you can use any decoration you want. If you don't have decoration, I'm just telling about decorations. If you have any, make it in mind to use them. As you see here, I'm having a lots of points. I'm going to talk about points. I'm attacking gnomes level 39, going to get nearly 400, 390 points. For level 50, it's going to be 500 points. Why I'm going to take or attack gnomes level 39? Because from starting from gnomes level 40 up to 50, the gnomes will be so powerful. It's going to having losses up to from level 40 to level 45. It's going to be losses from starting from 250 up to 500 losses. And for level 46 to level 50, the losses will be above 500 death per match, and this is a lot of losses, and it's going to consume all your troops, putting most of them to the hospital and going to kill lots of your troops. And as you see here, I'm going to show you my speed ups. The universal speed ups building are so low because I'm rushing to T7. Also the tick is so low, but those are not the important thing. I'm going to having a look about my training speed ups and my healing speed ups. As you see, the healing speed ups is not compared as the training speed ups, since I have less healing speed ups than the training speed ups, because you can often use your training speed ups, but you always keep using your healing speed ups, and putting your troops into the hospital is a waste, because you keep using your healing speed ups, but you keep using your healing speed ups in PvP better than using healing speed ups against gnomes. Against gnomes, you can use more EB instead, because I'm having here EB. As you see, you can purchase this EB. You can use major EBs. You can purchase some of the packages that provides EB, like the daily deals. Some of the special bundles have EB. For example, the daily surprise here, there is a chance to gain EB. Let me show you how. And also there is a monthly sale having the freely campaign, and there is another package here called mass mobilization, I guess. It has some EB also. Let me open the daily surprise. The daily surprise might give you EB, as you see, and you will be lucky if you get 3 potions of EB. One major EB is so handful for $1, and lots of gems and VIP points, of course, and 1 philosopher's stone. All of this for $1 is a handful. I'm going to show you another way to get EB, and from the golden pass, if you went to the shop here, there is 1 major EB for 20 coins. You can get up to 10 potions per season. You can get 10 potions for 200 points, 20 for each one. This is all the ways you can get EB, and you can spend more EB to get more of the gnomes hunt. I'm going to show you now some of the raids I made recently this morning. Let me clear all of this. Or okay, I will have to decrease the duration. So as you see here, I have a raid total of 54. The EB consumed was 4090. Also, there is a 44 with this EB consumed. Another raid here. I kept using raids since this morning. As you see, my Cyrus was level 49 this morning. When he reached level 50, I reborned him from this. Okay, after this report, he gained level 50. It didn't show in the reward because it was the last attack. But from now, I used Cyrus level 1, and it gained lots of XP just by using him in the raid. And since now I have him level 29, going to get or hit 30 soon. For Gnomes Hunt, it's going to be a waste if you had, level 40 Gnomes, even though the only difference will be 10 points, but you are going to have the losses multiplied by 2 or multiplied by 3 if you wanna get level 50, for example. It will consume troops equal to 10x of the losses you are going to get now, only to get like 50% of the points extra. So multiplied by 10 the losses, and only going to get only 100 point is not that useful, since I'm getting a less losses equal to 0 losses, because I'm going to get 5 losses to 50, and for level 50 is going to be 500 losses equal to 800 losses death, and for example 2000 and to 4000 for the level 50 in the hospital. 4000 in the hospital is so huge number of troops, or 2000 of troops equal to just getting 110 more points. So most of the players keep farming level 39 gnomes. I was going to leave rank 1 for Kincaid, but he stopped hunting gnomes, so I went on a rampage, going to keep raising the points and also gaining XP for my marsh, and keep getting the scrolls, as I can show you here the amount of scrolls I have. These lots of scrolls equal to 47 million only for this ultimate EXP roll. The superior are 7 million points and 13 million points for the medium EXP rolls, and those are a lot, 1 million and 500 EXP. By this I showed you everything I use for the Gnomes Hunt and for this event in my server. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Write in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.